What is up, guys? This is Lintheo coming at you with an updated version of my Yang Zings for the April 1st format. Now, Yang Zings, as we all know, absolutely love them. I think they're a really cool archetype, and they get a lot of different support coming out in Crossover Souls in the next set in about a month or so. So without further ado, we'll go into this one, and then this is going to be the last one before Crossover Souls comes out, basically, probably, because it takes such a massive change then. We'll just see how it goes. But to start it off, we have the 3 Giatu. This is one of your main Yang Zings. You want to see it as early as possible. He's just so amazing, and just enables you to go into some pretty sick opening plays. Then we have the 3 Suwani, second best normal kind of guy in my opinion. The 1/9 beat is really nice, but also just in general it's a really strong card, and I think that, you know, the 500 boost for the attack and defense is really solid. It makes some of your synchros really beastie. One of the best ones, but maybe not as relevant currently, is Bixi. Bixi allows you obviously to dodge the traps, but traps kind of the way it's shaping up are not looking too kind of hot this format, so we'll just have to see how it goes. But nevertheless, it's still a really strong card, and I really do love it. And you know, level 2 makes for nice synchro plays with the 2000 defense. Then we have the 2 Bian, still rocking the 2 because I feel that he's one of the least better ones. I know being destroyed by battle is a pretty good thing, but the synchros that you're normally spinning out are going to be pretty good, so that's why you don't really need it as such, but it's good for Herald of Arclight. And then we have 2 Chai Wen. Chai Wen and Bian is really good because you can just make the Arclight and really put your opponent in a bit of a horrible situation, because you basically have a walking judgment that can't die by battle, so it's really good. And then if they do try to kill it with an effect, you can just negate it. So yeah, Chai Wen's good, but it does clog a little bit at 3. That's what I found, so yeah. The 1 Paolu, he's basically here just because he's making up the numbers. It's not bad to be unaffected by spells, but if I'm honest, spells aren't that good anymore. They used to be good with, obviously, there was a big hype of Snatch Steal and everything, but now he's got bans. Paolu's gone back down. I don't think I did a profile with Paolu at 2, but I was siding one just in case, because obviously a lot of people were using Snatch Steal, and it was kind of a real bummer to get Snatch Stealed. And then finally, this guy. So there's always a big debate going on behind Mr. Shadow here, and it's just such a pain because he's such an incredibly bad dead draw, but if you pull him from the deck he's actually pretty good. So it's just kind of and ahhing. It completely depends. It was pretty good with Snatch Steal because obviously they couldn't take your monster, but yeah, he's alright. It's okay, the level 5, and then being able to go into maybe an easy level 7 with Black Rose, or just in general maybe a level 6. It's down to you, but it's down to personal preference, that guy, and personally I'm just running him at 1 for now. Then going on to spells, we have the 3 Yang Zing Path. I still love 3. I know a lot of people do play it at 2, and that is fair enough, but 3 for me is just too good, and it's never really clogged for me, if I'm completely honest. Maybe I just get lucky and the fact that it just doesn't clog for me, but the card's just really incredible, and if you just pull a Giatu play off, you've basically got a Yang Zing Path live straight away. So opening up Giatu with targets and Yang Zing Path is pretty broken. 3 Duality, I like to play the deck in the fact that I like to get consistency, and I like to build up my plays, and it just means that I don't have to, go all out on my turn. I like to be able to hold back a little bit, and just let my opponent sweat a little bit. And even if they don't attack into my Yang Zings because they know I'm playing it, it's fine by me because it just means I get an extra turn. 2 Dark Hole, so I've got 2 Dark Hole in here simply because of the Digian lock, and 2 Dark Hole obviously works well with my Yang Zings because I get the effects off if I destroy them, and it just means clearing the board as well is pretty good. I can maybe put some pretty hefty damage on board, especially if I've got a Suwani that's going to be beefing up something. So yeah, 2 Dark Hole's working pretty well, and I do like it, to be honest. Then new tech, we have 2 Creature Swap. So this is one of the new ones that I've put in. I do quite like it, and it just means that I can get a plus off my opponent. If they're trying to stall out and not really attack into my Yang Zings, it means that I can just force the play a little bit because I'll take their monster, attack into my Yang Zing, and then get the ball rolling. So it's actually really nice, excuse me, and being able to, sync up with your opponent's monsters as well is always a bonus. 2 MST, now I've cut it down to 2 simply because back row isn't as big anymore. That's the way that the format's shaping up. In a month's time, it might be very different. But right now, it's not looking to be too heavy. And maybe when I record this video compared to when it's live, it might have changed again. But at this moment in time, on the 26th of March, it is not looking like a back row heavy format. One Raigeki, again, just to clear the board. It's just quite nice to be able to punch through something. And then finally the one Soul Charge. Soul Charge really flourishes in this deck simply because you can just sit on a monster that's immune from everything, and it doesn't matter too much. Going on to the traps, we have the 3 creation. You want to see this as early as possible, and some people are putting in it 2, which is fair enough. But I want to see it as early as possible. And, if you can get creation first turn, maybe off the Pot of Duality or anything like that, it's really solid. And it really helps set up your plays because you get to just special summon 2 off 1. So, it's like a bog off, buy 1, get 1 free. So, yeah, it's really good. 2 Mind Crush. Mind Crush is really great, this format. Really weird. I couldn't find my common Mind Crusher, so I had to use my CPs. How first of all, Yu-Gi-Oh problem is that. Mind Crush is great, this format, because you can just, chances are you're going to be able to call what your opponents play. Excuse me, what they're playing. It just means that you're going to be able to actually gain advantage, and it's also the fact that you just get to see the hand. It's just so good. Like, gaining advantage in that essence is just too good. Still rocking the Skill Prisoner, just because I really like the card. It stops Trishula, it stops everything like that. In fact, is Trishula target? I can't remember. Anyway, effects like that, like Castel, you're going to spin something back. We don't have immunities from monster effects. Currently, it's probably never going to happen with a built-in effect from Yang Zing, but it's just a really good card in general, and you can use it 4 times, basically, because you use it twice on board and then twice in grave, of each, so you get to use 1 card twice, so it's just really solid. 1 Taunted Tribute just to keep any spam decks in check, and also you get to flourish off the card as well. The 1 Vanities, this is just here because it helps control the game a little bit. If you do manage to pull it and you spin off like a Baxia play, for example, really, really strong position. The 1 Skill Drain, since it's at 1, this did get a bit of a hit. And it was quite painful because, Yang Zing's really flourished under Skill Drain. So in my opinion, there's no reason not to run it because you might as well. It's just one of those cards, but at the end of the day, it does go down to how you want to play the game. And then finally, 1 Brutality. Still just testing it out. It's kind of great and then kind of not. So, yeah, it's a little bit annoying. It's just one of those cards that you kind of need to test. So we have 2 Baxia. This is just one of the great cards. It's just one of the best in the extra deck, I feel. If I can safely go into this guy, I will. Simply because it gains so much advantage on your part. You're just able to really push through your opponent, and it kind of leaves them completely shell-shocked, to be honest. So, yeah, 2 Baxia is always a good one. Then we have the 1 Star Eater. Star Eater is just great in general, just for some extra power. And, if you do want to make that big play, you certainly can. The 1 Leo. Leo's not too bad, this format, and you can make him quite easily, and you can get pretty beefed up, especially with Suwani going up to a 3-6 and 2-4. But just in general, Leo's just a good, nice card to have. Beel's really easy to make with Giatu, so he's always a nice one to have. Thought Ruler Archfiend, I'm just trying out just to see how he's going. It's not too bad so far. There are other rank 8s, level 8s I can put in, but nevertheless, this is the guy I've chosen for now. The 1 Crimson Blader, just to stop the Cloth matchup. I know that obviously they can just go into Unicorn, for example, but at the end of the day, if they summon the Unicorn when you've already activated the effect, I'm pretty sure it's a lingering effect, so it doesn't really matter because it's already activated in the previous turn. 1 Black Rose. Black Rose is just in general just an incredible card, and it's quite easily made, so there's no reason not to run it in my opinion, and it's an easy level 7. Then Yahtzee. Yahtzee is just, again, another standard level 7 in Yang Zing's. Really strong effect, and everyone forgets that he can't be targeted, so really love that. The final level 7 is Eclipse? Where did that come from? Ancient Sacred Wyvern. Probably could Eclipse Wyvern because I was doing Dark Matter profiles, but anyway, getting onto it. Some nice OTKs you can do with this card, so just in general, he's a nice choice. The 1 Goyo, there's no reason to play any more Goyos, to be honest. Just in general, he's just a solid card, solid choice. You can put other ranks, level 6s in. I don't know why I keep saying rank. You can put other level 6s in if you so wish, but I just stick with Goyo. The 1 Armadis, being able to buff this up with Suwani, for example, so this in Chaiwen, is really strong because, you know, they can't activate anything until the end of the damage step. And just in general, it just makes it absolutely incredible. So it's a really, really heavy hitter. 1 Castel, just in general, is just a decent thing to have in case you're, you know, against maybe the Colossus or something. You just want to get rid of the big decisive armor, anything like that. And then finally, we have the 2 Herald of Arclight. Now, some people might question why I'm running 2, but I just really love the card. It really gains you so much advantage. And it's just, in general, just an incredible card. So I really do like it. I know that you say you can only, you might as well just run 1 because you can recycle it with Baxia. Well, that's true. A few times in matches I've actually wanted another one in my extra deck. Even when I have had Baxia out, they've stopped the Baxia, and I just kind of feel safer with the Herald of Arclight. So that is kind of it. Why the reasoning I played 2. So that is it, guys. I hope you did enjoy the deck profile. Yang Zings, as always, are just rocking my world. I absolutely love playing them, and they're a really fun deck. They're, you know, in the tier system. Everyone asks me where do I think Yang Zings will be in the tier system. I don't exactly know, to be honest, because it's very difficult to judge. While this format looks like it's going to be a very open format, depending on what's in. What is in the super pack that's coming out, the All Stars thing. If Star Zephyrs are coming out in that, then it's going to very much be a Shadow and Satellarknight format, to be honest, because with the Star Surfers, the speed is just unbelievable. It's faster than the cloths, in my opinion, and it just depends. But yeah, Yang Zings are always a good shout. They can catch a lot of people off guard, and some of the plays they can make and the immunities they can make on monsters is pretty devastating. So that is it, guys. I hope you did enjoy the deck profile. Let me know down in the comment section below what you think of the deck and its chances this format and after crossover souls. Like, comment, subscribe, and I shall catch you guys later.